welcome to another video. I haven't done one of these long format ones for a little bit, so we're gonna do another one. I'm gonna tell you step by step how to make a friend in the gym. I'm gonna break everything down to the minute details. Literally, this is gonna be like foolproof if you do this, if you watch this video. Every little detail, I'm not gonna miss out anything, okay? So watch this whole video. And the cool thing is, I literally did this 2 weeks ago. So it's new, it's fresh, I've just done it, it's in my mind, and I'm gonna help you lot out, okay? If you wanna make friends or a workout partner in the gym. Okay, so I'm gonna break this down, okay? Here we go. Let's just go straight into it. Number one, first step. Okay, you need to go to the gym. And the video's over, how about that? You need to go to the gym, okay, at the same time, preferably. It doesn't have to be at the same time, but so go to the gym whenever you want to go to the gym. So 5 days a week, 6 days a week, 7 days a week, go to the gym at the same time every day. Why do you do that? Well, you do that because if you go at the same time every single day, then you're gonna see the same people most likely every single day. You're gonna see familiar faces. Literally go in there, start noticing people that you see there often. So number two is make sure you have a good vibe about you. This is important. Make sure you have a good energy, good vibe when you're in the gym. So what does that mean? It means when you go in the gym for your 5 days a week or whatever, don't go in there and look moody. Because what is that projecting to everyone else who's watching you? That's projecting that you're just not the type of guy that they want to be friends with. If you walk in and see a moody guy just like, you know, hoodie up, just like eyes on the floor, are you really going to want to speak to him? No, you're not going to want to speak to him. First things first, put your chest out, yeah? And second thing second, smile. There's the two most important things, right? If you've got a friend that you're working out with, or you've got a workout partner already, this is going to absolutely help you a lot, because you're going to go in there and you're going to work out with your friend and you're just instantly going to be in a better mood and you're going to be speaking, you're going to be smiling, and people are going to notice that, right? If you have got a friend, use them, you know, but go work out with them and try this while you're implementing the other things I'm going to talk about, because that's what I did. I had a friend in there, I was having fun, and it showed on my face when I was in there, and everyone looks at you and they see you having fun. But even if you don't have a workout partner, right, and you're literally going in by yourself, you can go in there, get some music on, right, in your headphones, and start bucking. It's not like a club, you don't have to dance, but like every so often just kind of like feel the music, like do some head nods, yeah? Look like you're having a little bit of fun. Smile. You catch people's eye, just smile at them, right? That can be a little bit hard for some people if you're a little bit shy. But you can definitely go in there and like have a little bit of a vibe, or at the very least put your chest out, make sure you're not looking at the floor, right? That's just, if you just want to do one thing, don't be this guy who's hunched over like looking away. Just be confident. Body language is key, right? Other people are going to see that and they're going to want to talk to you more. The next thing is, if someone asks to work out with you, or if someone asks how many sets you've got left, this is the time, right, where you can initiate the fucking open. If someone asks how many sets you've got left, don't be the guy who's just like, one. Don't do that. Be the guy who's like this. Oh yeah, mate, I've got like 3 left. It's so weird. There's only one machine here. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Isn't it? Like, I don't know what's going on. I need to add like a few more. I'll come and get you when I'm done. Okay, so no one else takes it from you. Yeah, do you see the difference that I've just done there? One of them, I'm like this. Yeah, like not even interested. The other one is now showing that I'm a positive, fun guy who's a little bit out of the ordinary from all these other people who would just do that. You're going to stick in that person's mind when they ask you something like that. Every so often in this video, I'm going to take you back to a specific example that happened 2 weeks ago, okay, because it's fresh in my mind. So I was working out with my mate. This is how I implemented this. Before this, when I was by myself, actually, I saw this guy and he looked like he had a good vibe, right? So he was doing calf raises. So I went over and I was like, how many sets have you got left? Because I thought to myself, right, I just need to like speak to this guy, right? And he said, whatever, yeah? And I made sure I smiled, yeah? And when he left, he was like, do you want me to take the weights off? I was like, no, it's all good. And I made sure I smiled, because I made sure I was coming off in a positive way. And that was it, right? Then I just did my calf raises. And I knew then, I was like, right, cool. He knows who I am now. You know, the vibe's good there. My energy was positive, right? That's what I firstly did. That's how I firstly initially like spoke to this person. Okay, so then like a couple days later or a week or whatever, I was with my mate, I was working out. And we were going to use the Smith machine, which was behind us. We were on the dumbbells. The Smith machine was behind us. The guy who I was, you know, trying to speak to, make friends with, was working out for someone else on the Smith machine, right? and while I was working out on the bench. And then I was like having fun with my friend, right? People were watching me smile and having fun with my friend, right? I could just sense when people were looking at me, like I was having fun there. Because most people are just there by themselves, like hoodie up, just like whatever, but I was having fun. So I put my dumbbells back down, and I needed to go to the spin machines for the next exercise, right? And they coincidentally needed a bench, but all the benches were free. But we just finished our set on our bench, so our bench was free. So I could see the guy who I wanted to speak to was looking around, kind of, we got a bench. Instead of being the guy who's like, oh, let's just not say anything, he'll find it, he'll figure it out. I didn't do that. I went over and I said, oh mate, we need how many sets have you got left in the Smith machine? We need to use that. And he said, oh, we're just done. And I could see he was looking around for a bench. So I was like, oh mate, do you need a bench? Because we've just finished our set, right? And he was like, oh yeah, actually I do. We should just do a straight swap then, yeah? And then that was it, right? And then we just swapped over and did our set. But now we've spoken a little bit more, right? So you see how I'm just building this up slowly and slowly. You can do it two ways. You can build it up slowly like I'm telling you, or you can just go and just speak to the guy, be direct, right? Depending on which one you want to do, but this is the more slow approach, whatever. So that was the second interaction I've ever had, right? Notice how I haven't had a full conversation with this person yet. Notice how it's just been very brief. That's cool. So we went over, blah, blah, blah. The next time I saw this guy, right? I was in there by myself, he was in there by himself. I was walking over to do one of these lat pull down machines, but it wasn't like the actual lat pull down was being used. There was like a bottle on it, but then the one next to it was like a lat pull down, which was like a different one. It was like a weird machine, right? So I went on that, and then the guy who I was, trying to be friends with came over, and by this point we knew each other. We'd spoken to each other, so it was very easy at that point. He was literally coming over to work on the next machine to me. So at that point it was very easy. I was just like, oh mate, what are you training today? Yeah, easy. So easy, because we've already spoken before. It was very easy from then. You just say what you're doing, and then everything was receptive because, we've been kind of wanting to speak to each other, right? So it was very easy for them. We just had a brief conversation. I worked out with him. I used his machine that he was using, right, because it was a better lat pull down. And then I went on my way. We had a little bit of a brief interaction, right? Well, nothing crazy. Like 1 minute, 2 minutes. You don't even have to say anything, right? You don't have to say much. Simple questions like, what are you trading today? Just simple, how often are you here? What's your goals? Just so easy. It really is easy. And then after that you leave, and then now you've spoken to this guy, right? Here's the next step. Here's where most people go wrong, I think. They have that initial kind of interaction, right? And then they never speak to the person ever again. That's the wrong approach. You've now spoken to this person, so the next time you go into the gym and you see this person, don't just be like, oh yeah, maybe he does, I'll just carry on, spoke to him last time, but maybe he doesn't want to speak. No. Next time you go in there and you see him, walk over and say hi, right? And you might not have even got his name yet, so this is a time where you can get his name as well. You can be like, oh bro, because now you've spoken, right? And you're cool now. It's easy now. You can just go up to him. Oh, what's your name, bro? Yeah? By the way, I didn't catch your name. What is it? Yeah? What are you training today? And then you can have a little bit of a talk, right? A little conversation. Then you can leave at that point. Or you can stay, have a little bit of a conversation, and then say something like this, which is what I did. I don't know if this is the next interaction or another interaction after this. I can't remember the exact, order, but this is roughly how it went. I was like, oh, well, we should get a lift in sometime. And he was like, yeah. If they say yes, then you get the contact information. You say, are you on Instagram? Which is, I literally said to him, are you on IG? Yeah. And then you exchange Instagrams, right? And then what would you say? Yeah, cool. Well, I'll hit you up, yeah. And then you leave it. It's so easy. Like the hardest thing about all of this is starting the fucking interaction, right? Because that's what people struggle with. I think they just struggle with going up to someone or just opening, just speaking, saying something, right? Once you're like 2 or 3 conversations deep, it's easy. Everyone can like carry on a conversation. Like it's easy after that, isn't it? But it's a start. Okay. I want to make emphasis on the fact that you've got to have a good vibe, look like you're having fun. And not shutting down conversations left, right and centre. when you don't need to be. Not shutting down when people ask you how many steps, not just giving one word answers, right? Say something back. Just a brief thing, anything, just say something back. This is why I've been going into the gym recently, and I've been doing something called snap opening. This is what I like to call snap opening, right? Someone was going looking at the kettlebells, and the kettlebells are fucked in our gym because you can't see the weight. It's all the paint scrubbed off. So he was looking and he couldn't find the weight. So I was literally like, mate, you literally can't see the weights on these kettlebells. It's fucked, isn't it? Yeah, look how simple that is, right? You can see, like, it's so simple to do. But that's a snap open. That's not me trying to have a full-blown conversation with this guy. That's me just making a comment and him responding. You'd be like, yeah, mate, it's fucked, right? Now we've spoken. If you try and do that to every single person in the gym, everyone's gonna know who you are at least. Back to the making friends, right? So I said, let's get a workout in, right? And then the next conversation we had, I was like, set it in stone. I was like, right, Wednesday we're doing this. And he was like, yeah. Okay, so then you set it in stone and then you work out of them, right? And then, you know, it doesn't have to be a long one. If you don't want it to be, it can be a short one, you know, no pressure on anything. You have to spend hours in the gym together, yeah? And now you've worked out of him and, you know, you can progress on to the next stage, which is where I'm at currently. The next stage will be inviting him outside the gym. Now you do something outside that environment where you met, right? To solidify that kind of friendship, if you will. And this is something I learned off YouTube. It was saying, like, if you see someone out in public who you know in a certain environment, but only in that environment, like if you see a teacher outside, like in public rather than in your school, it was weird, right? Because you only ever thought of that person in school, in that environment only. And when you saw them outside, it was just a bit weird, right? And you felt awkward when you saw the teacher outside, right? You can probably relate to that. So it's a similar thing. When you see someone outside an environment where that's the only environment you see them in, it's going to be a little bit awkward. That's why you get to this stage where you're in the gym and you work out, whatever. Then you need to invite them outside the gym, because that's when you really build the connection, the friendship, right? Because now, you know, it's not awkward when you see them out in public because you've been out with them outside the gym. Right? Do you know what I'm trying to say? I'll literally update you on how it goes, but that is step-by-step process on how to make friends in the gym or a workout partner. And it's something I've done recently, which is cool. So you can hear me do this, and I'm literally doing as we speak in the real world. So it's not something that I did years ago. I'm still doing this right now. If you enjoyed this video, then let me know. And if you have any questions, let me know. And write a comment and I'll answer the questions. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video and like if you did.